Panthers lead 6-0 after the blocked extra point. Diego Otero on to send this one away. Hendren and Jones back deep for Piedmont once again. 6:32 to go in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us here on Crossover Radio Sports. The kick is away. Hendren from the 7. Running right, makes a man miss, cuts upfield at the 25, and crosses to about the 27-yard line. And that's where Piedmont will take over 1st and 10. And Ian, a quick 3 and out for the Panthers in their opening possession, and looking to right the ship here in possession number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. That was unfortunate for the Wildcat defense, who usually hangs tough in there, but that was a big 4th down conversion by Putnam City North. You got to score here because you don't want this to be a 2-possession game.
Wide receiver to either side, ball spotted on the right hash. Mars checks to the sideline. Again, Putnam City North in that 3-5 stacked defense. Got Tice Mathin deep as the safety. Mars gives to Morrison up the middle, crosses the 20, and is slung down hard by number 28, Hunter Birmingham, their senior middle linebacker. 88 tackles a season ago. Pickup of 6 for Morrison on his first carry of the game.
He's going to be a player to watch tonight for sure. He is a beast, 6'1", 240 pounds. A great game against Putnam City. Let's see what the Wildcats do here.
Wide receiver either side, angling the man in motion. The give is to Morrison, and he is just grabbed and thrown to the ground by Jaleel Johnson. Loss of 2 back to the 31-yard line. And Johnson just shot the gap and got right in there for the tackle for loss.
Saw that play coming. Even though it's a 3-5 defense, those 3 guys are coming at you, 240, 260, and 235 pounds. It's going to be very tough for all of them are above 6 foot. So it's going to be very tough for these Wildcats to get adjusted to that power and force being thrown at them.
So 3rd and 6, 5:17 to go and counting. Wildcats moving right to left. Mars, fumble on the play. Morrison dropped it, and it's recovered by the Panthers. Looked like a miscommunication there between Mars and Morrison on the exchange. And it looked like the right side of the line started a little bit early as well. And I think that threw the timing off considerably.
Yeah, that was super unfortunate for the Piedmont Wildcats. You got to hold on to the football. 2 turnovers last game. They've already halved it at this point, and now you need your defense to get a big stop here. And you got Brooks Whiteman defending number 15.
2 wide receivers on either side. Laverty takes the snap. The give is to number 2. That's J.D. Allen. And he will get about 1 on 1st down. Mars in on the tackle, along with number 62 for Piedmont. That's Carter Ashby out there.
Yeah, that was a good stop. That was a good stop for Piedmont. Carter Ashby, the senior.
Laverty back to pass, looking right. Throws it over to Andre Williams, and he is wrangled and wrestled down by Caden Hendren. Loss of 1 back to the 29-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 here.
Hendren's one of the best players in the state right now. Noticing a lot of screen passes from Laverty. Doesn't like to throw it deep that much, except on that one play. But most of his passes have been to the left or the right of him, not forward. If Piedmont can attack that and get to that guy early, that's going to be big trouble for that offense.
Laverty takes the snap, looking right, has space right up the middle. He's going to scramble, dodges a tackle, and it's Ashby who gets just enough of him to cut him down at the 24-yard line. That'll make it 4th and 5. So Ashby with a couple tackles on that possession. 5-yard gain for Laverty, and North right back to the line of scrimmage with 3:40 to go. 4th and 5 from the Piedmont 24-yard line. Laverty with plenty of time on the play clock, 17 seconds and counting, checking to the sideline here.
Probably trying to get him to jump outside like they did in that last possession.
2 wide receivers either side. Allen is the back. Laverty looking right. It's Russell. Runs backwards, but he gets across the line to gain. And tackled on the play by number 13, Bo Phelps. And that is going to be enough for a Putnam City North first down. 6 yards on the reception.
Using
In
those.
the end, 6 for 7 to start this one is Carson Laverty.
Yeah, Russell uses lanky arms to get him past that first down marker. Good stuff from Laverty. Again, 6 for 7, like you said. And just doing the simple things, and it's working out for the Panthers.
2 wide receivers either side. Normant is the back. Quick slant out to number 23. That's Jaden Wimberly. Makes a man miss. Cuts inside at the 5. Taken down hard by Decatur Warrior. But it's going to be 1st and goal Panthers. With the ball spotted at the 3-yard line. So a gain of 16 on first down.
That was a good block by number 15 right there. Contained, I believe, number 5, Brooks Whiteman.
The give, Normant running right, plows into the end zone. That is a touchdown for Putnam City North. And just like that, the Panthers on the board again, taking advantage of the turnover. And the Wildcats in trouble early, down 12-0 with 2:21 to go and an extra point coming.
Not a great start, but again, this is the first time they've faced a 6A school. Piedmont's got to step up here. The triple option does not work when you are behind, so you got to make up that deficit quick.
High snap, the holder fading and firing. It's going to be intercepted by Hendren, and he's going to it is going to be whistled dead. High snap, and the holder, number 25, Landon Fonzie, tried to make something out of nothing, and Hendren with the interception to nullify the PAT. So 2:21 to play in the first quarter. It's 12-0 Putnam City North over Piedmont. We'll be right back after this, presented by Crossover Radio Sports.
Yikes. What happens when you're down 12-0 with a triple option team is you get desperate, and that was a gamble, and it did not pay off.
Not a good pass by Phelps.
Man.
Looking for Caden Hendren, it looked like on the post pattern, and just no one was available there. So with 1:32 to go, Putnam City North set up in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Keyshawn Denton is the receiver. And Laverty throws it to the corner to Nwanko. And Decatur Warrior comes over with a huge hit to break up a sure touchdown there. And Warrior now comes up limping a little bit as he heads back to formation. But an amazing play, defensive play there from Warrior.
The play is not dead until the whistle is blown. That would have been an easy touchdown, but Decatur kept fighting. Made sure that pass was incomplete as it bobbled out of Nwakwo's hands.
Warrior goes off for this play. The give is to Denton, running right, cuts it back up at the middle of the field, and gets down to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 7 for Keyshawn Denton. Dawson Metter was in on that tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the Piedmont 10-yard line. And Piedmont in desperate need of a stop with 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter.
And they've had 2 4th down conversions as well. And they've gone 2 for 2 off of those. So you got to get them a stop here.
2 tight ends to the left. Everyone runs right, but Denton cuts it back left. He's going to be grabbed by the shoulder pad by Hendren. What a great play. Caden Hendren holding up Denton long enough for everyone on the Piedmont defense to get there and make the stop. Loss of 3 back to the 13-yard line.
Saved what would have been a sure touchdown. Credit to the Putnam City North offensive line. They contained that defensive front right there. And that was great. That was a great play from Caden Hendren.
Looks like Putnam City North more than content to let this first quarter expire. They do not need to run another play. And that is how the first quarter is going to come to a close here at Panthers Stadium. So after 1, Putnam City North 12, Piedmont 0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter here in just a moment here on Crossover Radio Sports, your home for Piedmont football. Piedmont Wildcat football. The Wildcats trail Putnam City North 12-0 at the end of the first quarter. It is 4th down and 6 for Putnam City North. Moving right to left now toward the school and facing west. And Ian, a huge opportunity here for Piedmont to get off the field, but North with the snap. Laverty fading in the corner. He's got Nwankwo back there, and he skies for the touchdown catch over 2 defenders, and the 6'6" Nwankwo making that one look too easy.
It's easy to catch touchdown passes when you are 6'6". Nwankwo, a star on the basketball team, decided, hey, you know what? It's my senior year. I'm going to go ahead and play some football. And it is paying dividends for him with a good touchdown snag by him.
So Otero on to attempt the extra point. of which he has not made either of his attempts thus far. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good this time. So with 11:54 to go before halftime, it is now 19-0. Putnam City North leading Piedmont, and Ian will keep it here. And just to kind of recap, the Piedmont offense, a 3-and-out on their first possession, a fumble on their second, an interception on their third possession, and the Panthers are cashing in big ways.
100%. Putnam City North has taken full advantage of what is going on right now. And look, this is a step up of competition for the Piedmont Wildcats. So they were expecting this. They were expecting a dogfight. And I'm guessing Putnam City North looked at the paper and said they had Piedmont winning by 13. And they're like, you know what, we're not going to stand for that. So they wanted to show a dominant performance tonight, and they are doing so. It's going to be tough for Piedmont to come back from this one with the triple option offense, which is very difficult for comebacks.
Carson Laverty already 8 for 10 passing with 2 touchdowns, 1 to Russell, 1 to Nwankwo. And Piedmont needing to generate some offense here on this possession. Otero to send this one away and sends it deep. It's going to be Hendren. Catches it at the 4. Working his way back up the middle of the field, trying to get to the left sideline where he's got some blockers, and he's going to be ridden down from behind by number 8, Demarion Mason. Flag coming in from the umpire. We'll see what this is for.
Be interesting to see if it's going to be a block in the back, and also on who it's going to be on, because that's going to be very important for Piedmont's offense.
Is going to be holding on the Wildcats. Second penalty of the game for Piedmont. And they'll mark this off from the, I believe it's going to be the 22-23 yard line. So Piedmont starting inside their own 15-yard line for the second consecutive possession. Not where you want to be. And the Wildcats needing to, at least, just chew up some clock, give their defense some rest here on this very important possession. With 11:46 to go before halftime, Mars back out there at quarterback. Wide receiver to either side. They gave us to Morrison. Found a little bit of space over the left side. And he'll pick up 6 up to the 18-yard line. So a nice pickup on first down for Wesley Morrison, who carried for 116 yards a week ago in the win over El Reno.
Yeah, good stuff from Morrison right there. We get to the next play.
Jones in motion. Gives to Morrison again, probing the left side. Got some space and picks up the first down of the night. Birmingham with the tackle, but not before a gain. See, they're going to mark it at the 27, so a gain of 9 for Morrison. So back-to-back runs for Wesley Morrison, giving the Wildcats a bit of life here with their first down of the evening. Ball spotted on the left hash near the Piedmont sideline. Wide receiver either side. Mars under center. Gives it again to Morrison, and who is just destroyed in the backfield. Johnson and Riley Edwards almost took the handoff from Mars themselves on that play.
Yeah, that was a good look from the stack offense that they run. Very impressive stuff from what I've seen from the Putnam City North defense. They're just bigger and taller, and Piedmont's got to get adjusted to that.
Loss of 2 on first down makes it 2nd and 12 from the 25-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Mars was moving out for a pitch, fumbled the football, and it's going to be Putnam City North with the recovery once again. And at this point, wheels just coming off the wagon very early here for Piedmont. Their third turnover of the first half, and with 10:10 to go before halftime, Putnam City North with the ball 1st and 10 at the Piedmont 23-yard line.
Wow, that was wow. You got to get better holding on to the ball.
It's been a problem. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Laverty. The give is to Denton, running left. Cuts outside. Flag comes in. It's going to be a block in the back on Nwankwo. And Denton slow to get up over there on the Putnam City North sideline. He was cut down on the play by number 5, Brooks Whiteman. And Denton limps off under his own power. But we are going to have a penalty on Putnam City North. A 10-yard block in the back, marked off from the 23-yard line. So it'll make it 1st and 20 for the Panthers. So a little bit of a reprieve there for Piedmont, but only if they can get a stop out of it.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. And you know that they're going to be a 4-down team because they don't trust their kicker. What we've seen, they've had it from the 10 and the 3 and the 16. They don't go to their kicker. So it's 4-down territory for sure.
Laverty the snap. Looking right. Instead throws it over the middle. It's Wimberly again. Tackled on the play by Dawson Metter. Gain of 6 on 1st down. And Wimberly has been active. That's his 3rd reception of the first half. 2 wide receivers either side as North quickly to the line of scrimmage. Laverty back to pass. Under pressure, gets outside the pocket, running right, pitches it back to Normant, making men miss. Piedmont tacklers falling off of him, finally taken down at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 5. A wild scramble play there, as Laverty had tons of grass, but opted for passing to his running back, Amarion Normant. So that'll be 3rd and 8 now. For Putnam City North at the 21-yard line after all of that.
That's demoralizing for your defense because you had him and then he pitched it out last second. Thankfully he was there because that would have been disastrous if he wasn't. That's a good play.
2 wide receivers either side. Laverty takes the snap. Looking across the middle, it's Nwankwo, and he dropped it. Great tackle on the play there by Joey Mars to break up that pass. And that's the 2nd drop of the game for Nwankwo. And it will be 4th down here for Putnam City North, and they will not elect to go for it on 4th and 8. Instead, sending out the kicker, Diego Otero. It'll be a 37-yard field goal from the center of the field with 8:44 to go before halftime.
So much for me saying they weren't there and just going to go for 4 downs. So they're going to
Piedmont already with a blocked extra point tonight. See if they can get their hands on this one. High snap. Otero lines it right into the line of scrimmage. Ball is loose. Still loose. And Piedmont comes up with it. I believe that was Johnny Jones who came up with it. So the Piedmont defense holds. A little bit of a missed opportunity to not being able to scoop and score there. Remember, the extra points are dead on the block, but the field goals are live, and it looked like there was a moment of confusion and just enough awareness from Putnam City North that prevented that from being a disaster for the Panthers.
That would have been great for us. That would have been
It absolutely would have been great for the Wildcats, and Jacob Englund was almost on it.
Almost had it.
But that was one player for North that was aware, made the tackle, and prevented that.
It was a high snap from the Panther offense. He just did not have enough time to recover. Put it down, but could not get it. Fantastic block from the Piedmont special teams, who's been leading the game for them. They've been doing fantastic.
Levi Davis in at quarterback, and he has it's Brock Detar who has stood up after a gain of 1 by Birmingham. Lost the football, but Detar ruled down on the play.
First time we've heard Levi Davis called today. The senior, transferred from UConn, was not eligible for last week's game. 5'11", 200 pounds, trying to give Joey Mars and Bo Phelps a breather as they are both outside linebackers. It's going to be really interesting to see how he steps up here.
Davis, 5'11", 200. There's a stout guy right there in the middle. Detar lines up behind him. Wide receiver either side for Piedmont. 2nd and 9, 7:50 to go in the first half. Detar plowing the legs forward. Stood up after a gain of 2, up to the 27. There's Edwards and Birmingham again in the middle. So 2 more yards for Brock Detar. They'll bring up 3rd and 6 here. They're actually going to give him 3 up to the 28-yard line.
Very generous. But I got to tell you, their running up the middle has not been working because this Putnam City North offense, their defense, is so much bigger than El Reno's or anything they've ever seen.
Davis under center. Takes the snap. The give. Nope, he keeps it around the right side. Is stood up by Edwards, and he falls forward across the line to gain for the first down. Strong running there by Levi Davis. Great run there. That's a pickup of 7 and a first down for the Wildcats.
Just kept on trucking along, dove for the first down. Levi Davis is putting some life into this Piedmont offense. Hopefully, they can keep this momentum going. With a blocked field goal, you have the momentum in your favor, despite the score.
2 wide receivers left. None to the right here. Decatur Warrior in as the A-back. They give us to Morrison, left side. Finds some success up to the 40-yard line. Number 33, Hayden Thornton with the tackle. And another nice run over that left side for Morrison. They're starting to find a little bit of success there. Morrison, 3 of the last 4 runs have been at least 5 yards for Morrison. So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Moving left to right toward the scoreboard here at Panther Stadium. 6:10 to go in the second quarter. The wide receiver in front of us is Cole Riggs. Davis hands off to Morrison, spins off a couple tackles, and is taken down by number 5, Dazwan Matthews. Looked like he might have almost been able to break that, but unable to do so. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Wildcats.
Good spin move from Morrison right there. I think what they figured out is you have to be elusive against these big body defenders, and that's what's been working for them. As they found a way to get past them and how to gain yards.
3rd and 4. Davis remains the quarterback. Wide receiver either side for Piedmont. Morrison the back behind Davis. Davis takes the snap. And he keeps it and is taken down for a loss in the backfield. Number 55, David Bruce, with a tackle for loss there. It's a loss of 2 back to the 38-yard line. And that will bring on the punt team for Piedmont. So after some moderate success, a couple first downs, that will be it for the Wildcats. As Bo Phelps on to punt. Number 1, Amarian Normand. Number 18, Riley Powell back deep to receive for Putnam City North. Phelps steps into this one. It's a low, spiraling, kind of sideways punt. Goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So it'll be a 32-yard punt for Phelps. And that is where Putnam City North will take over 1st and 10, 4:35 to go, leading 19-0 over the Piedmont Wildcats.
Been really impressed with what the Panthers have done so far. What is really cool about the Putnam City Panther offense is that they don't have their quarterback do so much. He's just made simple, short throws, and their receivers have just been able to get past them because of their height and their speed. Their quarterback's having a rough job tonight.
Laverty back to pass. Screen pass across the middle to Russell. Trying to get to the near sideline, is grabbed and thrown down unceremoniously by Caden Hendren. Just a 2-yard pickup on 1st down. And another completion for Laverty, who's now 10 of 13 here in the first half. 5 of those receptions going to Russell.
Yeah, throwing them down like it's WrestleMania might have to be the way to get him, because if you dive, you either have to dive for the legs, because you're not going to out hustle them or out muscle them. You're going to have to throw them down.
Laverty Quick pass, it's Andre Williams with the catch right in front of Johnny Jones. And he's going to take it up to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 9 for Williams.
Andre Williams, 5'7", 150 yards. Or 150 pounds, excuse me. The sophomore from North getting his first catch of the game. Big third down here for Piedmont. Or no, it's first down.
First down.
Excuse me.
So 3:33 to go. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. The give is to Allen. Probing around the left side. He's going to be met by Mars, who takes him down at about the 41-yard line. Give him 4 on first down. Nice one-on-one tackle there by Joey Mars, coming over from that middle linebacker position.
He's been a beast. All El Reno game. He's trying to get some of that mojo into this game with 3 minutes left in the ball game and until halftime.
2:58 and counting. 2nd and 6 for the Panthers. Plenty of time on the play clock. Still 14. As North checks to the sideline. 2 wide receivers left. 1 to the right. And it's Denton, the running back. He will take it. Trying to go to the left side. Unable to do so. A whole host of Wildcats in on the tackle.
Carter Ashby.
No gain on the play for Denton.
Carter Ashby with the tackle right there. That was some good stuff.
Ashby's had a really nice game at that defensive line position. He's kind of come in on the rotation a little bit more, I believe, than Cole Malinsky, who started last week. But we've seen Ashby a little bit more than Malinsky tonight thus far. 2 wide receivers to either side on 3rd and 6.
Oh, he got him to jump. It's McGuire.
Second offside penalty for the Wildcats tonight. James McGuire and Malinsky both jumping into the neutral zone there, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty and make this a much more manageable 3rd and 1. This is the 3rd penalty of the half on the Wildcats. And the clock continues to move, now down to about 2 minutes before halftime. Laverty back to pass.
Another flag.
Screen pass for Nwankwo, and it's going to be incomplete. And we're going to have a false start penalty on Putnam City North. So that will negate the offside penalty.
Awesome. You needed that. You needed that break if you were Piedmont. So you'll take what you can get.
Not sure why the Putnam City North guys were all inside the 30-yard lines. Just a 5-yard penalty, guys. Just 5 yards. What if it was disproportionate? Like the minor penalties were 15 and like the egregious ones were 5.
Oh my
What would
goodness.
that be like?
That'd be nuts.
So 3rd and 6 once again. Laverty looking right, swings it out to Williams. 1-on-1 in space, nice block from Denton, but a great job by West and Whiteman cutting down Williams after a short gain of 2. And I think they're going to get Denton with a block in the back there on Brooks Whiteman. We'll see what Jeff Hall decides to do here with 1:39 to go. He's got all 3 timeouts. It would make it 3rd and about 18 for North, or 4th down, and Piedmont is going to decline the penalty, and Putnam City North will send out the punting unit with 1:39 to go here in the first half. So on the punt is Riley Powell. Senior, plays outside linebacker, is also the backup quarterback for Putnam City North. Caden Hendren back deep for Piedmont. Took one to the house last week that was nullified by penalty. North was short a man there. But they've got all their full allotment out there now. Powell standing at the 28-yard line. Hendren standing at his own 25. Punt goes off the side of his foot, hits at the 28-yard line and goes out of bounds immediately. And they will see where the official marks it. Sorry, he's ran that far down. So we'll mark it out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So you've had back-to-back stops by the Piedmont defense here. The only negative is that North gets the ball coming out of the locker room.
Yikes. That's not good. That first quarter was an adjustment for the Wildcats, and they've played pretty good in the second half. I mean, they've only allowed one touchdown, I believe, and that was in that opening part of the second quarter.
First play of the quarter.
Other than that, they've been shutting them down. They've been making progress, and I think that was the goal of this game, was to get a lot of progress against those 6A teams who you might face in the near future.
2 backs behind Davis. Davis running right on the keeper, cuts upfield, runs over a man at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a first down for Davis, gain of 10 on first down. Excellent job there, taken down by Birmingham, who he ran over without any respect. So first and 10 from their own 36-yard line, 1:15 and counting. Again, Piedmont does have all 3 timeouts. Wide receivers are Riggs, number 20, Mason Gonzalez. Davis gives to Detar, and he's going to gain just 1.
If I'm Coach Hall, I'm probably calling a timeout here.
And he does, with 52.8 seconds to go. Look at Detar's rushing numbers. He's got 5 carries. 4 of them have gone for a single yard. Just plowing away up the middle. And there has not been space, certainly up the middle. Morrison's most success has come around the left side of the line of scrimmage. Davis's couple positive runs have come around the right outside of tackle there. Just nothing in the middle thus far. And not necessarily a good thing against a Putnam City North defense that runs just a 3-man front. The linebackers are certainly in the box and close to the line of scrimmage, but just not a lot of space there in the middle for this Piedmont offense, and not a lot of push there from the inside of that offensive line.
Yeah, they're stacked up really well. Makes it hard to run the outside or the inside. It's just this is one of the best defenses I've seen in that can contain the triple option. Because I watched Army last week, and they killed Middle Tennessee with the triple option.
Davis under center, Morrison behind him. Jones the man in motion. They give us to Morrison, probing left side, unable to break a few tackles, gets 3 up to the 40-yard line.
Not a bad run for Morrison right there. At this point, you're just trying to get anything if you can, as I believe Coach Hall calls another timeout.
It'll be the second timeout of the half for Piedmont, so they'll have 1 remaining with 45.7 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 6 here for Piedmont. Just trying to generate positive momentum going into the locker room. Again, it was a disaster of a first quarter. 3 turnovers thus far for Piedmont, 2 of those coming in the first quarter. Putnam City North turned 2 of those into touchdowns. Piedmont has turned away North the past 2 possessions with a blocked field goal and forcing a punt on that last Putnam City North possession. It still just has not been a great night thus far for Piedmont, which faces a 3rd and 6 coming out in a 3 wide receiver set here. Morrison, the single back, lined up deep in a more traditional running back spot. Now he cheats into his usual B-back position. Davis pitches out to Morrison. It's low. Fortunately, he fell on it. It was a loss of 2, but could have been a lot worse, as Putnam City North had some timeouts, and they will burn one here with 41.4 seconds to go.
That was not a good play from Piedmont. Yeah, you got to hold on to the pitches, because those are what's going to help you out on offense. You just got to hold on to the ball. You just got to hold on to the ball. In a triple option offense, you got to be disciplined with holding on to the ball. And that was not a good look for the Piedmont Wildcats.
No, and as much as Morrison's got to hang on to the ball, the pitch was low because somebody was right in Davis's grill as he was trying to make the pitch. And this North defense has been all over the place tonight. They have played extremely well against an offense that they probably, most of them, have not seen before, unless they've faced UConn. I honestly don't have that in front of me. Unless they've faced UConn in the past couple of years, they've never seen this offense on a regular basis and won't see it the rest of the way. But here we go, 4th and 8 now. Phelps on to punt. And it's Normant back deep at the 25-yard line. North might be coming after this one. High snap, and Phelps somehow gets it away as multiple North guys just ran right past him. Normant lets it bounce. It bounces inside the 20-yard line. It's going to check up and roll dead at the 17. So a 41-yard punt there for Phelps. And I'm not sure what those two guys for North were doing, but they literally ran right past Phelps and easily could have laid out and blocked that one. Phelps kind of just looked like he took an extra step up between them and was able to get the punt away just fine. So with 1 timeout remaining here for North, 29.5 seconds to go in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Laverty in the pistol with Normant behind him. Laverty turns and gives to Normant, cuts upfield, nearly broke it, but Cameron West with a tackle after a gain of 9.
That was potentially a touchdown-saving tackle from Cameron West right there. It looked like he had daylight. Just green grass.
It's going to be a timeout here for North, their last of the half with 21 seconds to go. 2nd and 1 situation here for Putnam City North. Step aside for a quick break here in the timeout. Putnam City North leading Piedmont 19-0. This is Piedmont Wildcats football. Leading Piedmont 19-0, 21 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. Laverty with the snap, looking to his left, flushed, now fires it toward the sideline. Couple of men out there. The 6'6" Nwankwo is there, and it's off his hands, incomplete. Mars, Whiteman, and Anglin were over there as well for Piedmont. The pass falls harmlessly incomplete.
This is not basketball, and kind of disappointed in Jeff Nwankwo's performance tonight. He's brought in as a receiver, and he hasn't really caught anything except that touchdown. He's got to hold on to the ball.
So 3rd and 1, 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right for North. The give is to Normant. Cuts upfield, cuts across the middle, gets across the 40-yard line. That'll stop the clock. Gain of 14 on the play.
Piedmont's having a hard time adjusting to this, to the rush. They're not good against the rush, as we've seen.
Clock running,
thus
under
far.
5 seconds to go. Laverty gets the snap. This will be the final play of the half. Just heaves it down the far sideline for Russell. It's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. And that is how the first half will come to a close. A bit of a forgettable half for Piedmont in their first game against 6A competition. The Wildcats trailing Putnam City North at the break, 19-0. After a rough first quarter, things got a little better in the second. We'll see if the trend continues after halftime. Again, our score at halftime, it's Putnam City North 19, Piedmont 0. We'll be back after an extended break, give you first half stats and analysis, and get you ready for the second half of action here on Crossover Radio Sports, Sports with a Purpose.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405-761-4808.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information. Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405-761-4808.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium halftime here as Piedmont trailing Putnam City North 19-0 at the break. And Ian, it's been a rough half for Piedmont. Plenty of time to get things moving in the right direction, which it seemed that they started to turn a corner a little bit there in mid-second quarter or so, but nothing on the scoreboard to show for it.
Yeah, very rough first half for sure. Mainly rough first quarter. When Putnam City got their third touchdown, Piedmont seemed to be like, okay, we know how to contain them on defense just a bit, and they haven't allowed a touchdown or field goal since. So that being said, the offense has to step up tremendously. And again, when you are running the triple option offense, it's very hard to come back without wasting a lot of clock. So everybody's got to step up. There's a couple of penalties that cost the Wildcats. Instead of a 4th and 8 in that first quarter, it became a 4th and 3, which became a touchdown, that first touchdown. Also, you got to not turn over the ball. That's 3 turnovers in this game. That's 5 in just 2 games, and that has to be cleaned up. And, of course, This is a couple of new faces to this Piedmont rushing attack, which 93% of their rushing yards last year have gone on to college and graduated. So it's going to take a little bit of an adjustment, but it could be worse. I'll say that. It could be worse for this Piedmont offense, taking on 6A competition for the first time ever. It's a big stretch of games right now where
It is.
you have Putnam City North, you have Noble who won the 5A1 district last year, and you have a Guthrie team who's always been tough.
Absolutely. I've been really impressed with the way Putnam City North has defended the triple option. And again, it's not something that they see very often. It's not something you can really apply regular defensive principles to in order to prepare for it. But they have done a nice job just using their sheer athleticism and size to overwhelm the middle of the Piedmont offensive line and blow plays up before they can even get started. Wesley Morrison has had some success probing the left side of that Putnam City North defense, but aside from that, it has been no-go thus far for Piedmont offensively. And defensively, we saw the Wildcats kind of bow their backs a little bit as the second quarter went on. Putnam City North got a 13-yard touchdown to Jeff Nwankwo in the very first play of the second quarter. But that has been it from the scoring perspective for Putnam City North, as they then had a blocked field goal, a punt, and then the end of the half to close out offensively. Running through some of the stats here first for Piedmont, just 46 total yards, all of those coming on the ground. Again, these are as unofficial as possible with my stat taking here while calling things. Wesley Morrison leading the way, 10 carries, 24 yards, had a fumble in the first half. Joey Marsh just a single carry for no gain, also had a fumble. Johnny Jones' only carry went for negative 4 yards. Brock Detar, 5 carries, 7 yards. And Levi Davis, 3 carries for 15 yards. And that is it offensively. Bo Phelps was the quarterback that threw the interception to Hunter Birmingham in the first quarter. So 46 yards for the Piedmont offense, 3 turnovers, and a fumble pitch that very well could have been a 4th turnover here late in the second quarter. But fortunately, Wesley Morrison was able to fall on that and prevent further damage. Defensively, Cameron West with a tackle, Dawson Benner 3 tackles, Joey Marsh 2 tackles, Caden Hendren with 4 tackles, Johnny Jones 3 tackles, Carter Ashby 3 tackles. Played really, really well in that first half in his defensive line position. We did not see him a lot last week, but he was outstanding here in the first half from individually. For Putnam City North, unofficially 153 yards, 92 of those through the air. Individually, Carson Laverty 11 of 16, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Amaria Normand, 6 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown. 2 carries for 5 yards for J.D. Allen, 3 carries, 4 yards for Keyshawn Denton, and 3 carries for 10 yards for Laverty. 2 carries for 8 yards, 2 receptions for 8 yards for Andre Williams, 1 catch for Jeff Nwankwo, and a couple drops, a couple key great defensive plays, forcing some of those drops. 1 in the corner of the end zone, knocked away by Decatur Warrior, 1 over the middle, knocked away by Caden Hendren. So some nice defense preventing Nwankwo from having a bigger game tonight. 5 catches, 45 yards for Kayan Russell, and a touchdown, and 3 catches, 26 yards for Jaden Wimberly. And that rounds out everything offensively for Putnam City North. Jaleel Johnson, a couple tackles for loss. He's been a beast at his defensive end position. David Bruce, a couple tackles, 1 for loss. Normand with a tackle. Riley Edwards, 2 tackles. Hunter Birmingham, their star middle linebacker, 5 tackles. Hayden Thornton with a single tackle. And Desjuan Matthews also with a tackle. Birmingham also had the interception of Bo Phelps in the first half. So as we get closer to the start of the second half, about 5 minutes to go. Ian, before we take a look around the 5A scoreboard, what do you want to see from Piedmont, and what do you think is practical for Piedmont to adjust to in the second half?
I would like to see the progression of Levi Davis, who has came in here. This is his Wildcat debut. Started at quarterback for a little bit. Most of the second half, the offense seems to be doing a little better with him at the quarterback position than with Bo Phelps and with Joey Morris this game. So it's going to be interesting to see how well he does. He's been pretty mobile, 5'11", 200 pounds. He's been pretty good, so I got to give him credit there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. The second thing I'm looking forward to is how the cornerbacks are going to adjust against these tall receivers, and what are they going to do differently to prevent big plays.
Looking across the board here on scores across the state, our friends over at Crossover Radio, Bethany stepping up to 5A to play Woodward tonight, and they lead the Bombers by 1, 14-13. Coweta leading Frontenac 19-13. Carl Albert and Del City tied at 7 at halftime.
That's a good game right there.
Sapulpa leading Bartlesville 21-7. 27-0. Edison leads Tulsa Memorial. 14-0. Guthrie over Duncan at halftime. 28-7. Collinsville over Skytook in that rivalry game. 3-0 Tahlequah at Wagner at halftime. That's a bit of a surprise. Weatherford leading El Reno 20-0 at the half. Bishop McGuinness 14-7 over Bishop Kelly in the second quarter. Elk City all over Guyman 48-7. U.S. Grant 24, Capitol Hill 6. Oologah 14, Claremore 7 at halftime. Lawton leading MacArthur 27-0 in the second quarter. And I believe this game was last night. Eisenhower all over Altus 52-0. Some eyebrow-raising scores across 6A tonight thus far. Stillwater up 42-7 at Mustang in the second quarter.
Sheesh.
Yukon at Deer Creek leading 41-3. The Millers
Wow.
all over the Antlers there. Westmore leading Southmore 21-3. Jinx leading Union 7-0. Norman North 27. Edmond Memorial 7. Owasso up 22-0 at Broken Arrow at the half. And 14-7. Edmond Santa Fe leads Edmond North. Choctaw leading Van Buren, Arkansas, 8-0 in the second quarter. Putnam City leading Putnam City West, 21-6. And Ponca City, 17, Tulsa McLean, 8. And that rounds out your 5 and 6A scoreboard. Just under 2 minutes to go before we kick off the second half here at Panther Stadium. I guess it'd be about a minute and a half before teams come back out, and then we have the warm-up couple minutes. So Ian, before we jump back to break, again, talked a lot about the offense for Piedmont. And defensively, Piedmont kind of was turning a corner. What were they doing to kind of make things happen defensively and limit the Putnam City North offense?
I think they just kind of figured out how their offense works, because they haven't seen a slack offense or a stack offense before. They've been used to 4-3s and 3-4s. They've never seen a 3-5 or a 5-3. They're not used to that. So that had to take some adjustment too, because you don't really prepare for that often. So I think they kind of just figured it out. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to, get that going. But hopefully, if they get that defensive stop and they get the ball back, they'll be fully prepared. And I'm pretty sure Jeff Hall's going to give them an earful about how they got to adjust to that stack offense or defense. Excuse me.
Certainly, it has been a bit of a surprise, just the way this game has gone thus far. I think both of us expected Piedmont to come out and have a lot of fight, being fired up to play their first game against Class 6A opponents. But it has been all north here in the first half, And we'll step aside for a quick break as we get set to come back for the start of the second half right after this here on Crossover Radio. This is Piedmont Football presented by Rob's Ranch. Starting the second half here at Panthers Stadium. Putnam City North leading Piedmont 19-0. Preston Fancher on to send this one away for Piedmont as we get the second half started. Thanks for joining us this evening. Luke McConnell, Ian Nickel here with you on Crossover Radio Sports, your home for sports with a purpose. Fancher, the run-up and the boot, sends it high end over end kick. It's going to be Denton at the goal line for North. Trying to get across the field, braces a man to the corner, and he's got the corner. 30, 35, runs by Fancher, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, down the sidelines. Anglin has the angle and makes the tackle. There is a flag back at the 5-yard line.
Judging.
I think this one might be coming back.
That's what I'm thinking too. I was going to say, judging by number 58, who had his hands over his helmet, I'm thinking this is going back to, which is a sigh of relief.
Huge kick return by Keyshawn Denton, and it's all for naught as a block in the back on Putnam City North will bring this one all the way back. It was inside the 25-yard line for North, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 inside their own 5-yard line.
Thank goodness for that. Piedmont needed that. Gotta get a stop here and gotta get the offense rolling. I hate saying it, like this half or this possession is very important for the rest of the game. If you get a stop here, you can chew up some clock and get within 12 or 11.
So really just a 2.5-yard penalty, but it makes it 1st and 10 at the 3 for Putnam City North. Laverty takes the snap, gives it to Allen on the left side, breaks a tackle, and gets up to the 7-yard line. Tackle on the play by Joey Mars. So a gain of about 4.
Gives you a little bit of freedom on PC North's part. Gets you a little bit of ways out of that backfield, so you could probably throw it if you wanted to without much
Laverty
cost.
back to pass. Looking to his right, instead has to scramble, evades some pressure, and he's still on his feet, slides down to the 15, late tackle there by Mars. That's the second time that's happened tonight, where a Piedmont defender went down late. Going to be a pickup of 9 up to the 15-yard line. Going to be a pickup of 8 for Laverty there. It'll be a 1st down for the Panthers. Just like that. Putnam City North out to the 15-yard line. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. The give is to Normand. Patiently trying to find some space. Lost the football and is recovered by Hendren! Inside the 10-yard line, it was Riley Waitscox who just ripped it away from Normand. And Caden Hendren, Johnny on the spot, plucked it out of the air, and it'll be 1st and goal, Piedmont.
Let's go! Holy cow, what a fantastic play from Riley Waitscox. Holy smokes, that's what you needed on the Piedmont defensive end. You needed a stop, you needed a turnover, and you got it. And now the offense is cooking in the red zone. Can they take advantage of it?
1st and goal at the 8-yard line, 10:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. Huge momentum turn there for Piedmont. Riggs is the wide receiver at the top of the formation. Ball spotted in the middle of the field. Levi Davis still the quarterback. The give is to Morrison. Trying the right side of the line. We'll give him 1 down to the 7. A whole host of Panthers in on the tackle there.
Going to the middle again. Has not been working for the Cats. But not a whole lot has been. So you gotta just take it as you can. Take it like you can. You only need 7 yards, you said? Ball spot at the 7?
It is going to be, looks like they didn't give him anything.
Little by
So
little.
2nd and goal at the 8 still. Morrison behind him. Riggs out wide to the right. End around to Johnny Jones, trying to spin away. But Jaleel Johnson there once again, his 3rd tackle for loss this evening, plants Jones back at the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 11, actually.
They were ready for that one. Dang. That's tough.
Just the upfield penetration from that defensive line has disrupted anything that takes a moment to clear the tackle box. So
sure.
3rd and goal, receiver to either side. Davis and a quarterback, 2 backs behind him. Fakes it, trying to probe inside, gets inside the 10, but no farther. We'll give it back to the 8 at the original line of scrimmage.
They're bringing out Bo Phelps. It looks like they're bringing out the kicking unit. Preston Fancher could not get anything there. Credit to Putnam City North's defense. They got it done. If you're Piedmont, you just want points on the board, so that's where they're going with the field goal right here.
So Fancher, who knocked in a field goal last week against El Reno, wasn't the prettiest field goal, so we'll see how this goes. A 25-yard field goal from dead center. Snap, hold, kick is on the way. Looks good, and it is good.
Fantastic kick.
Preston Fancher with a 25-yard field goal puts Piedmont on the board. Our new score, Putnam City North 19, Piedmont 3. This is Piedmont Football presented by Rob's Ranch. Putnam City North 26 and Piedmont 3. We'll be back after this here on Crossover Radio Sports, your home for Piedmont football, presented by Rob's Ranch. .6:55 to go, third quarter. Putnam City North leading Piedmont 26-3. Luke McConnell, Ian Nickel here with you, high above the field here at Panther Stadium. Diego Otero sending this one away to Caden Hendren and Johnny Jones. And it's going to be Jones fielding this one at the 10. Moving right toward the Piedmont sidelines. Got a break. Got blockers down the far sideline. One man to beat. Can he beat Otero? He cannot. And a late flag comes in. We'll see what this is about. But Johnny Jones, a long return down the far sideline, got into Putnam City North territory. I believe they're going to mark this initially at the 39-yard line. And Ian, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but if Caden Hendren saw the kicker, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have it is going to be a personal foul, late hit out of bounds. And so that'll be 15 more yards against the Panthers. So that'll put the ball 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
That definitely helps. You have a short field now.
Start here. Huge moment here for Piedmont. 1st and 10 at the north 24-yard line. Levi Davis remains the quarterback here for Piedmont. Morris in the back, 2 wide receivers left. Davis takes the snap, gives it to Morrison, trying to probe across the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Bruce in there on the tackle for the Panthers.
Let's go back to Johnny Jones's kick return, man. That was something to see. Piedmont really good on the special teams end. Their returners, Johnny Jones, Caden Hendren, elusive. We mentioned earlier, they almost had a punt return touchdown in El Reno's game, but that was called back due to a penalty. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 here. 2 backs behind Davis. Morrison and Jones. Davis fakes, pitches out to Jones. He's got blockers on the outside, across the 20, 15, inside, down to the 12-yard line. 12 yards for Johnny Jones. And it will be 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
That's a good move. Great last-second pitches. He was getting pummeled by Levi Davis, the senior, in his Wildcat debut. Great return by Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones has been very productive on the offensive end and on the special teams end with the big return. He's been a big part of this offensive possession.
Piedmont knocking at the door. 1st and 10 from the 12. 2 wide receivers right. Decatur Warrior behind Morrison now in the backfield. Davis. Fumble on the play. It's loose on the turf, and it's picked up by Birmingham down the far sideline. Evades the tackle. No. Tripped up by Davis, who goes down at the 45-yard line, and the problems continue for Piedmont. And the Piedmont assistant laying into Wesley Morrison over there. Another fumble for Piedmont, returned by Birmingham out to the 45-yard line, and a massive missed opportunity there for the Wildcats.
Wow, that was terrible.
As the 4th turnover of the night for Piedmont.
Wesley's an upperclassman. He's got to be better with the ball. He's got to be better with the ball. A lot of those turnovers, I think 3 of those have been because of him.
Laverty gives to Denton, crosses the 45, and is stacked up at the 46-yard line. Just one on that play. Coach Jeff Hall still having a conversation down there about the 25-yard line with Morrison. Talking to his junior running back, who is being counted on for a lot to replace Devontae Pickard. Had a great game last week, but a game to forget tonight. So 2nd and 9 here for the Panthers, 4:37 and counting in the third quarter. Laverty still in at quarterback. The give is to number 27. It's Riley Edwards, the linebacker, and he goes up for 3 yards.
Good run by Edwards. Riley Edwards.
He stays in on 3rd down and 6. 2 wide receivers either side for Laverty. Back to pass, looking left. Fires it to the sideline, and it is caught right at the sticks by Jeff Nwankwo. And that'll be a 1st down at the 45-yard line of Piedmont. Right at the sticks. Looked like the Piedmont coaches were trying to advocate he had come down out of bounds, but to no avail. So the Panthers move the sticks with 3:50 and counting here at Panther Stadium. 26-3 our score, North leading Piedmont. It has not been a good foray into 6A thus far. Laverty, out route. He's got his man, flag comes down.
Might go back.
That's number 19 for Putnam City North, who does not have a name on the roster I have, of course. It's going to come back with a hold. So not sure who that was on the reception, but it officially doesn't count. And so we move on to a 1st down. It looks like it's going to be a 1st and 22 based on where they're marking this one off. 5th penalty of the night for the Panthers. Ball marked all the way back at the 43-yard line in their own territory. Always got to love it. High school football, man. No idea who's wearing what sometimes. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Laverty looking across the middle. Gets it to Wimberly again. He's cut down at midfield by Mars. Give him a 7.
Joey's been awfully quiet in this half, in this game, generally compared to the last week's game where he was just all over the place, had so many tackles. Putnam City is doing a really good job at containing this defense.
2nd and 15 for North, right at the midfield stripe, all over the Putnam City North logo. Laverty looking right, quick slant across the middle. Wimberly wasn't looking for it. He was wide open too, and the pass falls incomplete.
James McGuire put the pressure on Laverty as the ball also slipped away from 23's hands. Jaden Wimberly. That was a good play for Piedmont. They have a big 3rd down here.
3rd and 15. 2 wide receivers either side. Normant is the back beside Laverty. Laverty rolling left, pressured by James McGuire, and McGuire's going to take him down for a sack. It's a 1-yard loss officially. Putnam City North staff looking for a horse collar tackle. They're not going to get it. So a sack on the play for McGuire. And that should bring out the punt unit for North. And here they come.
Fantastic play for McGuire.
Great job by Piedmont standing up defensively there after the 4th turnover of the game.
Yeah, it's easy to get your morale down and just kind of quit. But there is still a fight in this Piedmont Wildcat team. And hopefully they can get a good return here and maybe turn the tide a little bit.
Edwards sends this one away. It's a low spiraling punt that goes out of bounds around the 20-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Flags come flying everywhere as Edwards gets up without his helmet. And Hunter Birmingham having to be separated from, I believe, Donnie Berry and a couple players on both sides, it seems, losing their composure. We'll see who the flag is on. Edwards was the one on the field without his helmet.
This game's been very
It's after the
frustrating for
play.
Piedmont.
It's
So
going to be a personal foul on Piedmont. So it will be after the play, though, so Piedmont will retain possession here, which is about the only fortunate thing that you can say about that play.
yeah,
Not sure who Edwards got tangled up with. Might honestly be a simple case of looking for which player is being reamed by the coaching staff at the moment, but it doesn't look like anyone's being targeted specifically over there by Jeff Hall or his assistants. So the penalty will mark the ball inside the 20, and they'll mark it down at about the 11-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10, trailing 26-3 with 1:56 to go in the third quarter. Levi Davis still in at quarterback. He's been the quarterback since about mid-second quarter, taking over for Joey Mars and Bo Phelps. Davis, the give is to Detar. Tried to spin through a couple tackles, was unable to do so. We'll give him one up to the 12-yard line. Number 33, Hayden Thornton, in on the tackle. A 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats.
I don't think we're going to see Morrison, at least for a little bit, just because of just the turnovers that he's had. So, but yeah, Piedmont. I mean, that you can't really blame them for the personal foul, just because it's been a frustrating game. But you got to be better.
Davis, running right, runs over a man, and nice job finishing the play there by number 55, Camden Cardwell, getting in the pancake at the end. So we'll give 6 yards to Davis on that play. Brings up a 3rd and manageable 2 at the 19-yard line. 50 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. 26-3, Putnam City North leading Piedmont. Wildcats have had some opportunities this evening in the third quarter, but unable to cash in. Wide receiver either side. 6 men up on the line of scrimmage for North. Give up the middle. No, it's a pitch out to Johnny Jones. Nice block, but unable to get the full block on Normant. And Amarion Normant with a takedown back to the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 3 for Jones. And that'll bring up 4th down. And that will probably take us to the end of the third quarter here. I believe that was Anglin out there. Actually, I believe that was number 23, Hayden Rodriguez. Perhaps 22 or 23 for Piedmont. Just unable to get the block in time before Normant was able to make the play. And that's how the third quarter ends. 26-3, Putnam City North leading Piedmont at the end of 3 here at Panther Stadium. We'll take a break and be back with the start of the final period after this. This is Piedmont Football presented by Rob's Ranch. interception, and it's the second interception of the night on just the second pass attempt. So Piedmont last week, 2 completions for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns to Caden Hendren. Tonight, 2 pass attempts, both of which were intercepted.
Well, they listened to me. They should have listened to you. Man, that was good coverage by number 22 right there, Tice Mathan.
The Putnam City North offense back on the field. Laverty checking to the sideline. 4 on the play clock. Gets the snap. Looking to the left. Swings it out to Andre Williams, who's hemmed in. And Caden Hendren once again just pulling Williams down by the pads. And now we've got a little bit of a kerfuffle out on the field as Hendren is going to get flagged for a late hit, throwing Williams to the ground late, and some of the Putnam City North players took exception, both on the field and on the sideline. I believe officially we would have a 2-yard loss on the completion.
I think we'll probably see an ejection here because that was unnecessary for Caden Hendren. I know it's frustrating to be in a losing position when you're down by 23. But you got to keep your composure together because that's going to cost you. That was very. Caden Hendren's a good player, but you cannot afford to do that because it's just going to make matters worse.
So the 15-yard penalty will give Putnam City North a first down at the 22-yard line of Piedmont. 7th penalty of the night for the Wildcats, who have just have not been good in any facet of the game tonight. 9:23 and counting. 26-3 North leading. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Now a false start. Stops play here. There continues to be some yapping between Hendren and I think that's Hunter Birmingham out there yapping away. That's the 6th penalty of the night on Putnam City North. So 1st and 15 from the 28, 9:15 and counting. It's 15 on the play clock as Laverty gets the signal. Denton is the running back to his right. Laverty looking right, avoids the rush, swings it out to Denton, who's going to be taken down. Is going to be incomplete, actually. Ball propped free. Nice tackle on the play by Joey Mars as the pass goes incomplete.
Brooks Wyman had daylight if that was going to be an incomplete pass. But man, I mean, you'll take what you can get at this point, and you wish that was a fumble. But that was a great tackle by Joey Mars. Kind of blindsided him there for a minute.
Looks like the ball has been moved back a yard somehow to the 28. Should be at the 27. Laverty, quick out to Russell. He's got it. Quickly forced out of bounds by number 13, Bo Phelps. So there'll be no gain on the play there. Russell's 9th reception of the game.
Russell took exception to that. He thought he was tackled a little too much. Looked down on him for a minute.
So 3rd and 15 from the 27-yard line for North. Laverty looking left, swings another out to Nwankwo. Missed tackle by Phelps, gets inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. We'll see where they mark it.
It's going to be close.
It won't be enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down and 2 from the 14-yard line. So give him 13 yards on that reception.
They're going for it. They're
quickly to the line is North.
You got
and Cole Malinsky jumped off sides on the hard count. And that'll be 5 yards and a first down for North.
This has not been Cole Malinsky's game. That's another time where he's jumped off sides, and that's cost them.
I'm not sure it's been anybody's game tonight on the Piedmont side.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
First and goal at the 9. All-out blitz coming. And Norman makes everybody miss and scoots into the end zone for the touchdown. Piedmont sold out on that one, and Norman was able to make about 3 Piedmont Wildcat defenders miss in the backfield, and he scoots in for the touchdown. That is probably the ultimate sign that it is not your night when 4 Wildcats get through the line of scrimmage unabated, and you still see a touchdown given up on the ground. Now 32-3 with Otero on for the extra point. It's up and true. So your new score now with 7:37 to go in the game, 33-3. Putnam City North leading Piedmont. This is Wildcats football presented by Rob's Ranch. Absolutely, a really nice block on the far side. Not sure who got there, but a great block to spring Hendren. So the Wildcats in great field position in plus territory at the Putnam City North 44-yard line. Wildcats have had some excellent returns here in the second half. Excuse me, they mark it at the 45-yard line, in fact. First and 10. 2 wide receivers left. Davis, the quarterback. Morrison back in. He takes the handoff and is going to be taken down for a loss. Number 57 for Putnam City North. Excuse me, that's number 67. Elijah Rose with the tackle. No gain on the play for Morrison. Second and 10. 7:07 and counting. Morrison has not had a good second half. 3 carries, 0 yards, and a fumble. Again, these are unofficial stats, courtesy of myself. So I'm sure the optimism in me says the accurate picture is a little bit better. Davis, running left, scoots around the corner, and is going to be run down from behind by number 8, Demarion Mason, but not before a gain of 7. They're going to give him 6 out to the 39-yard line.
I'm liking those QB runs. I'm really liking those QB runs.
Davis seems to be maybe a touch faster than Mars or Phelps. That's my untrained eye and just getting familiar with this team. But from my vantage point, and we didn't see a lot of quarterback runs last week, but it would appear that he might have a little bit more scoot to him. 6:05 to go. 3rd and 4 at the 39-yard line. Easily 4-down territory. Davis keeping again. Spins away from a tackler. Keeps the legs churning. He might have gotten 2. If they're generous, they'll give him 2. It looks like they give him only one down to the 38, making it 4th down and 3 for the Wildcats at the 38-yard line of Putnam City North. The Wildcats would obviously go for it, down 33-3 with 5.5 minutes to play.
At this point, yes, I'll gladly take it. So let's get this conversion. Trying to get the jump right there.
8 on the play clock as Davis checks to the sidelines, and Coach Jeff Hall will call a timeout here with 5:19 to play. We'll take one too. 33-3. Putnam City North leads this. This is Piedmont football presented by Rob's Ranch. I need to talk to everybody next week and be like, we got to get some 15-second ads because I can't get more than like one ad in a break. There's results in Donnie Berry throwing a Panther to the ground. That'll be a 15-yard penalty on the Wildcats, as Demarion Mason being held back by a lot of his teammates and coaches right now. Davis didn't even have a chance on that play, and a little bit of composure being lost all the way around in this one. Certainly, you understand the frustrations from the Piedmont perspective.
Man,
So they actually are going to throw unsportsmanlike conduct on Mason, and then the personal foul on Berry. So the foul's offset, so it'll just be first down for Putnam City North.
This is their first time taking 6A competition, so they knew this game was not going to be easy. So at this point, you just got to take the loss, prepare for next week against Noble. I think that's the goal right. That's the goal right now. And you don't have to face them until next year, and they'll have this game circled on the calendar because this has not been a great game for Piedmont. And at this point, you just got to roll with it, learn, move on.
Laverty gives to, I believe that's Allen. Makes a couple guys miss in the hole. Gains 2. Mars in on that tackle for Piedmont. So second carry of the half for Allen for 6 yards. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. 4:50 and counting, 33-3. North has been all over Piedmont all night. Up 19-0, one play into the second quarter. Looked like things could have gotten a little bit better for Piedmont mid-second quarter, early third quarter, but unable to take advantage of the opportunities. Allen cuts it back along the right side, cuts inside of England, runs over Mars, and is going to be taken down right there at the 45-yard line. Will be 3rd down and 1. Credit Mars with the tackle. He was underneath Allen when Allen was taken down. 7-yard gain there for Allen. 3rd down and 1 from the Piedmont 45-yard line. 4:05 to play. And the starters all out there for both teams still. The clock ticks under 4 minutes. Laverty in the pistol. And the hard count gets Riley Waits-Cox to jump off sides. And that'll be 5 more yards for Putnam City North.
Piedmont's got to clean it up in the turnover department, or not the turnover, the penalty
Oh,
department.
excuse me. They actually are calling a false start.
Sweet. I will
Didn't
take
see
that.
And honestly, it looked like Waits-Cox kind of stayed out of the neutral zone there from our vantage point here. So now it's 3rd and 6. 7th penalty of the night for North. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Tight end in formation on the right side is Thornton. Laverty, under pressure, evades the sack from Metter, cuts across the 45, cut down at the 40-yard line by Mars, but it will be a 10-yard gain for Laverty and a 1st down for the Panthers.
Man, almost sacked. You wanted that, and you're not going to get that back. That was a good run. Way to escape the coverage. Man, that is a tough one to swallow if you are the Wildcats.
Metter timed the blitz nicely, but just unable to make the tackle on the elusive Laverty. Laverty, not a big guy, the coach's son, sophomore, 5'11", 165 is what he's listed at. But he's done a nice job running for 35 yards here in the second half. Laverty gives to Denton, scoots out of bounds on the far sideline at the 34-yard line. That'll be a 6-yard gain for Keyshawn Denton.
And you got to give credit to this Putnam City North football team. They've been playing fantastic all night, and they look good. They look primed for a. I think they're going to make the state semifinals. Personally, they're a really good team, and their offense it just works.
Laverty, quick slant to Russell. It's going to be a 1st down. Down to the 21-yard line.
Russell's been having
Phelps
a heck of a game.
on the tackle there.
He's been having a heck of a game, man. It's been really impressive.
13 yards on the pickup. Down to the 21-yard line. And yes, Russell has been outstanding tonight. It's his 10th catch. As he goes over 100 yards for the evening. North still chucking it around with 145 and counting. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Laverty gives to Denton. Makes a couple people miss. And gains 5 to the 16-yard line. We're down to 1.5 minutes to go here at Panther Stadium. 33-3, North leading Piedmont. It has not been a good first for Piedmont tonight, but certainly a learning experience for both this team and the program as a whole. Heard Coach Jeff Hall mention in the pregame conversation he wanted to schedule this game to make 6A less intimidating.
Yeah, and it's going to pay
Laverty
dividends
with
in
the
the
snap.
future.
Keeps it, trying to go right. Mars is there, flags everywhere. Taken down at the 20-yard line by Mars, Phelps, and Cole Malinsky. We'll see what the flag is for. It's going to be a hold on the Panthers. They'll mark that off 10 yards from the 17-yard line. So it will be 2nd and 16 officially.
Well, that's good. That's good. You'll take anything you can get if you're Piedmont.
53 seconds to go, clock running. And Laverty still throwing. Looking for Nwankwo in the end zone.
Flag.
Did he come up with that?
I don't know. Looks like he did.
Flags all over the place. They didn't make a signal whether if it was caught or incomplete.
So we'll see with the flag.
I'm assuming it's incomplete
might have dropped.
based on the fact that they didn't call anything.
Is it a pass interference on? It is a pass interference on the offense, I think, or was that holding?
I think there was maybe holding at the line of scrimmage.
That is a sigh of relief if you're Piedmont, who.
And then the Putnam City North sideline just got a penalty. And one of the assistants is about to get run. So it's a holding penalty on Putnam City North, and now mark off a 15-yard penalty. It looks like they already marked off one 15-yard penalty, so maybe it was because the official signaled holding, correct? I wasn't.
Yeah.
So maybe the holding was an offensive pass interference, is what he meant.
Maybe.
And now we have a sideline warning.
Like they're just anxious to kind of finish this one off. If you're North, like you've won, so they're ready to celebrate.
Yeah. So 2nd and 31 officially here for North, with 42 seconds to play. The official still talking with Coach Laverty and his assistants to back up. Laverty with the snap. Shovel pass to Thornton right down the middle of the field. Runs over England, but England takes him down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 22.
He gained most of that back, which stinks. That was a good play. Good shuffle pass and way to tackle Jacob Angley. He got trucked, but he was able to bring him down. The clock ticks down now.
3rd and 9. It's North hurrying to the line with 15 seconds to go. They're trying to score here. Laverty looking for Russell. Wide open in the end zone. Oh, he dropped it.
It's good coverage by Brooks Whiteman, who kind of swatted it at the last second.
For sure.
Which, I guess because of the chippiness, you're wanting to score and just run it down there. Like,
yeah, I would imagine that is. And plus, early season, you're still trying to work some kinks out and everything on both sides. I would imagine there's probably not going to be handshakes tonight, and that's probably a good thing. 4th and 8.
Yeah.
Putnam City North offense still in the field. Laverty making people miss, throwing it high in the corner of the end zone.
That's
and a push comes early.
And the pass interference goal.
Decatur Warrior just pushed Nwankwo before the ball got down. Not sure if Nwankwo could have come down inbounds with it, but it's going to be a pass interference penalty on Decatur Warrior. The time has expired. I think technically we can't end on a defensive penalty. So we'll have one untimed down. They mark the ball off from the 19-yard line. There should be half the distance to the goal here. And this could be quite interesting.
And this is what I want to kind of question is, was the push before or after the play? Because we didn't get a good look.
It was definitely before the pass came down, so it was a pass interference penalty. So they're going to mark this at the 8.
Maybe you kind of.
Yes, that's correct. 19-yard line. They'll mark it. I mean, they got it at like the 8.5, but whatever. Decatur Warrior limping off again. He was limping early in the first half as well. Definitely something to watch this week. From an injury perspective for Piedmont. But we'll see what happens here. One untimed down, North inside the 10-yard line. And based on this drive, they're probably going to be looking to score and punch one last one in the end zone. So you just hope that everyone keeps a cool head here, and nothing extracurricular happens at the end of this one. Because it has been a feisty game. It really has been in the second half in particular as North has pulled away.
Absolutely.
So everybody in tight, 2 wide receivers either side. Laverty in the pistol. Norman is the running back behind him. Another high lob to the end zone to Nwankwo.
I think he
got it for the touchdown. And that's how the game ends here at Panther Stadium.
They're hooping and hollering like it's the like that was the game-winning touchdown. They really wanted to put the dagger in them, which was it unnecessary. And here they come waving and all that, doing some Damian Lillard-like sort of stuff, which welcome to 6A. There's not much you could say there.
It's just waving, no handshakes. But let's just say it's not
just because
it's not NBA coaches waving at each other, and the coaches creating a buffer between both sides. Giving themselves a few daps and everything, but coaching staffs now getting into it a little bit with some of the Putnam City North players as well. So not a fun game if you're Piedmont, and it hasn't been a very pleasant experience for Piedmont in their first foray against 6A competition. We will go ahead and step aside and take a break, and when we come back, we will wrap things up here from Panther Stadium. The final score, Putnam City North 39, Piedmont 3. This is Piedmont Football, presented by Rob's Ranch.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains land team today at 405-761-4808.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek.
And welcome back to Panthers Stadium. The final score tonight, 39-3. Putnam City North handing Piedmont their first loss of the 2020 season. Not a pretty affair by any stretch, and had a little bit of ugliness at the end between the two teams. No extracurricular physical activity, but certainly no exchanging of addresses for Christmas cards out there at the end of the game. Ian, it's the first time in school history that Piedmont has taken on a 6A opponent. It did not go well for the Wildcats tonight. Pretty much nothing that you look at spells a good thing for the Wildcats tonight. Just a really, really tough game for Piedmont. I think looking at my unofficial stats, looks like less than 100 yards of offense tonight for the Wildcats, while Putnam City North, well into the 200-300 range offensively. And the 39-3 score, I think, is pretty indicative of how this game went.
Yeah, it was all Putnam City North. That's what it was, and it was it was not a pretty game for Piedmont. Putnam City North just knew how to play them, and I was told by a friend of mine who went to Putnam City North that they had this game on the calendar. They were prepared. They wanted this game because of the distance between the two schools. It's about a 20-minute drive on the expressway. Pretty quick, like it's right there. So,
well, and the proximity also with just the districts, just because if you're living on this corner of town, I mean, you're probably there are neighborhoods that are split, Piedmont and Putnam City North.
Yeah.
Out here on the northwest side around Expressway, so you're right there with people who live near you that go to a different school. So there's a bit of a natural rivalry here, just the proximity and everything. But Ian, before we get into the stats a little bit, where did things really go south for Piedmont as far as anything schematically that really stood out to you that was just straight up bad for the Wildcats tonight?
I think that just the first quarter was so demoralizing that there's not really a way you can come back from that. They tried in the second half, but in the end, it was just too much. And then because of the anger and the animosity, because you don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose. It lashed out in anger, and it cost them a couple of 15-yard penalties, which is something you do not want to see. One of Jeff Hall's monikers is to show them what love does as a team, and not a lot of love tonight. So that's something that I think needs to be addressed, because I don't think Jeff Hall wants that. So it's just one of those things you gotta you just gotta take your lumps. You gotta just kind of accept this, and I think you gotta burn the tapes, to be honest, because you're not gonna face a team that's maybe other than Carl Albert that is as tough as this team. So you just gotta move on from this game. Focus on Noble. You're on the Noble. You gotta just go with Belichick does. We're on the Noble. We're on the Noble. We're on the Noble.
Yep, completely agree with that. Running through the stats we have here, just not a pretty picture. 10 penalties tonight, 4 turnovers, 5 turnovers for Piedmont tonight. That in and of itself is more than enough to lose the game, and then to not have any production offensively on the other side of that, it just, again, nothing really went right for Piedmont tonight. And like you said, it's going to be a huge learning experience for the Wildcats as they continue to build this program and get bigger and better as a school and a program. So it'll be exciting to see what comes of this first 6A clash. Individually for Piedmont, 13 carries and 24 yards for Wesley Morrison. 5 carries ending up in -2 yards for Johnny Jones, just unable to get the edge on some of those pitches tonight. Brock Dietar, 6 carries, 8 yards, and Levi Davis, 9 carries, 28 yards. Bo Phelps threw an interception on his lone pass attempt. Davis threw an interception on his lone pass attempt. And that is it offensively for Piedmont tonight. Not only did you have a limited option as far as just the success, but few players touched the ball. I mean, Phelps, the one pass. You had Davis coming in at quarterback with his pass and running the football. Dietar carried it. Jones carried it. Mars carried it once, had a lost fumble in the first half, and Morrison carried it. So really, offensively, you had 5 players touch the ball tonight. 6 players touched the ball tonight in a gain yardage, move the ball forward kind of way, which is pretty wild to think about, considering last week you had 7 or 8 guys not named a quarterback that carried the football in the 31-7 win, but just very, very limited offensively tonight. It's a very, very humbling loss here. Defensively, 2 tackles for Cameron West, a sack for James McGuire. Forced fumble by Riley Waitscott looked to be a momentum turner early in the third quarter. It set Piedmont up with a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line with over 10 minutes to go in the period. They got a field goal out of it. They got down inside the red zone once again, but had another fumble. And it was just downhill from there. 3 tackles for Dawson Metter, 8 tackles for Joey Mars, 6 tackles from Caden Hendren, 2 tackles for Decatur Warrior, a single tackle for Jacob Anglin, 4 tackles for Johnny Jones, 3 for Carter Ashby, and 3 for Bo Phelps. On the Putnam City North side, they were led by sophomore quarterback Carson Laverty, who finished the night 23 of 34, 180 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the sophomore. Also ran for 44 yards on 7 carries, most of that coming in the second half. Marion Normant, 8 carries, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. 5 carries, 18 yards for J.D. Allen. 6 carries, 16 yards for Keyshawn Denton. Receiving-wise, Jeff Nwankwo, 4 catches, 41 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the one at the final play of the game. 10 catches, 98 yards for Keon Russell tonight, and a touchdown. 1 catch, 6 yards, and a touchdown for Tice Mythen. And 4 catches, 33 yards tonight for Jaden Wimberly. Hunter Birmingham had an interception and a fumble recovery for North defensively. Jaleel Johnson had a massive game, 3 tackles for loss and a sack. Tice Mythen also had an interception tonight, and obviously several others in there with fumble recoveries. But a lot of negative plays, a lot of turnovers, and just again, overall a tough night for the Piedmont Wildcats, who take on Noble at home next week at 7 p.m. at F&M Bank Stadium in Piedmont, and home field will never have felt so good after this one, Ian.
Yeah, this was rough, but hopefully, you learned from this game, and you learn you don't want to lose again. So they're probably going to come out there with with some anger heading into this Noble game, because they're probably going to be out for blood, is what I'm assuming. And these next 2 games could determine how the season goes. A win against the 5A1 district champion, and then a win against the a formidable opponent, Guthrie. So these next 2 games are going to probably shape your season.
So that's going to do it for us tonight from Panthers Stadium. Again, next week, 7 o'clock at F&M Bank Stadium, as the Wildcats take on the Noble Bears. We'll be on the call 6:40 with pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff here on the Piedmont Wildcats TV stream through Squirtle, and of course, your home for Piedmont Athletics all season long. Crossover Radio Sports, your home for sports with a purpose. Our broadcast tonight sponsored by the folks down at Rob's Ranch, and we thank them for their partnership with us this season. For Ian Nickel, I'm Luke McConnell saying good night from Putnam City North.